It's
It's-
not long enough.
Okay, make a little higher so we can see the whole thing.
Sorry.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
That's good.
All right. So let's see.
It's too wide.
Well, maybe the little hat portion is not big enough is what you could do.
Just make it bigger.
Yeah, and did you do the table like I showed, or did you put a line on either side?
Oh, right.
The next step now is to cover the whole canvas with paint, and trying as much as possible to indicate where the darkest dark is, where the lightest light is, and capture that. As I look at the photo of the pear, the darkest dark is pretty much at the top and on either side of the pear. Now I know that the pear is a green pear. It's a rather dark green, although the light is hitting the pear right from in front of it. And the background's pretty light. Now, because the background is white, the table is white, and the wall is white, we are going to choose some other colors so that it makes it more interesting once we have finished painting. Now, so let's do the first thing first. So the pear is green. So what I'm going to do is using a large brush. So this time, oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I have one here, but that's the wrong color. So using a large brush, this one will do. Using the largest brush that you have is a good idea. And, or like something like this big would also be good, similar. Or maybe a filbert like this would work too. So I'm going to use a flat brush to do this. And I'm going to first prepare my color on my palette. To prepare the color on my palette, I'm going to prepare watery colors as my first step. Now this will not be the different color, but to prepare my green, I take a lot of white and
A lot of yellow.
Oh,
Oh,
yellow.
sorry. A lot of yellow, thank you. A little bit of blue. See how little blue? I have just a little bit of blue because the blue is a lot stronger than my yellow. And I get this color, which is a really light green,
Like a lime green, isn't it?
like a lime green. See, you can see it. I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the blue because I want it to be a little darker. And so see now it's a little darker of blue, of a green, sorry. This color here. So this is the color I'm going to use. And as the first step, I'm going to make this very watery. So water, a lot of water here on this color. And I'm going to use this color. Now it's almost as drippy as if I could have drips coming down, but not quite. So it's almost to the point where it could drip, but not quite. This is how watery it is. And using this color, I'm going to do the first coat on the overall pear. So the whole pear will get one layer of this color.
Should we paint with you, Claire, or no?
I prefer if you just watch, it's going to be
Okay.
a quick demonstration, and then you can paint. So I'm just doing this, covering the all of my pear with this color, watery color, doing the same green all the way around and covering the whole thing. Okay, making sure I go all the way to the edge. And my whole pear is covered now with this green, like so. And now we have to decide as a group, what color will the table be and what color do we want the background to be. I'm trying to find my color wheel. Will I find it? Yes, I do. So we are doing a green pear. The green is right here.
Well,
What colors do we want the table to be, and what color do we want the background to be?
Background,
So probably either
Orange?
the background or the table could be like the opposite color, the complementary color. So red,
or,
and then we could have another color for the wall. Perhaps we could try and go with warm colors. So maybe we could go orange or Indian yellow. I think Indian yellow might be good
I
for,
like the Indian yellow.
Yes,
yeah. So let's do green, red, and Indian yellow.
okay.
So if I were to use the red for my table, I'm using another brush, and I'm going to use the red for my table. So I'm mixing some red, very little red. See how watery it is? It's dripping. Okay, I'm using this green that I had prepared that's also pretty watery. I'm going to add that to my red. And it's going to give me a color like so. Oops, I ran out. More space right here. Like this. So it's going to give me a color like this. Oops, like this. Which is slightly different from the actual red. I'm going to show you the red. If I were to use just the red, what color it would be. So just the red gives more of a pink. By adding
Right.
the lime green or the green to it, gave me some sort of a warmer.
Can't hear you, Claire.
So by adding some of the green, see, it gave me a warmer color here.
Yes.
And that's the color I'm going to put on my table for now.
So that was yellow and,
you can do it after, but this
Okay.
color was, first I used the red, I made it very watery, and I added to this red the green that I painted the pear with.
okay.
Right.
Okay,
Lime.
so well, whatever green you have.
That was lime.
So now this is very watery. Do you see here? Are you looking? You're supposed to look, not paint.
I'm not painting.
Okay,
I'm not.
you're writing.
Yeah, because I want to remember. I have a hard time remembering.
So this here is the color I'm going to use to paint my whole table.
Oh, wow.
See how watery it is? It's dripping. I'm making it a very light color on purpose. It's almost going to be turning out to be a gray.
Wow.
Wowie.
That's very watery.
Very watery. See, it's running. I just want to have a tinge of a color because what we see on the photo is white.
Yeah.
So we're kind of trying to replicate this. And I know that if I use just a tinge more red, then I'm going to indicate where the shadow is. Shadow is like here.
That's nice.
This is where my shadow is.
Oh.
And on purpose, I'm not going and paint the wall with this red because the color of the wall is not red.
Is that just plain red?
This is,
Yeah.
well, no, this is adding more red to my mix.
Oh, I see.
My mix
Okay.
that I had, which is also very,
Yep.
whoops, now it's running. Not good. You don't want that, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. So there, okay. So now I've indicated a little bit of where the shadow is. It's not precise yet, but it's just an indication. And we said we would do Indian yellow for the background. So now I'm mixing a nice Indian yellow color. Using a clean brush. And to make Indian yellow, I take a lot of yellow and a teeny little bit of red. So this is my yellow. Teeny little bit of red, not too much, very teeny little bit. This is probably too much already, but I'm gonna try. Oh no, it's good. So it's giving me with a lot of water. It's giving me a nice Indian red. Excuse me. Indian red is like this. It's actually too yellow, and I don't have enough of it because I have to cover all of the background. So I'm going to add more yellow, a little bit more red, because I want to make sure it's nice Indian yellow. A lot of water. Now I have all of this that I can use. All of this, and it's running water, and I'm going to use this to put all the way behind my hair. And because it's so runny, it almost looks like a yellow. So I'm going to add a little bit more red to my mix because I want this to look like Indian yellow. Okay, this is better. So I'm just covering all of the background with this nice Indian yellow. This is going to be a very warm pear. This is good.
Yeah, I like that.
And coming here, I'm just going over the stem because it doesn't matter. It won't really cover it up. Continuing here. I ran out of color. I'm just making a little bit more. And it's still very watery. See how I'm painting the area where I have a shadow, painting it first with the color of the wall. And then what is the opposite? What is a complementary color of Indian yellow?
Indigo?
Indigo?
Yes, it is. On the color wheel, it's completely opposite. So it is
Yep.
indigo. And so in my Indian yellow, I'm going to put a little bit of indigo color. Oops.
And that color is what you put in?
What did you add, Claire?
Okay, so in my Indian yellow, maybe you can mute yourself. Yeah, thank you. So in my Indian yellow, I'm adding the indigo color, which is the complementary color to Indian yellow. Indigo is blue with just a teeny little bit of red. So I'm mixing this indigo color over here. Oops, I can't see this. So my indigo color, I'm just mixing a little bit of it. So with just a teeny little bit of red, very watery. So the indigo is this color. See, it's not blue, but it's not purple. It's between the two. And I have my, oops, I'm looking for the right brush. Okay. So I have my Indian yellow here. Now I want to make the color for the shadow. So in this Indian yellow, I'm going to get some of this indigo and put it in my Indian yellow and use this to paint the shadowy color that's over here. And it gives me kind of like a, almost like a,
That's nice.
like a green color. So this is my shadowy color. And then, you know, there was like all these stems.
Yep.
Now, one thing that I also noticed on the photo is that there is some dark area here in this area. So I'm going to use this color to also go over in this area. Just progress. It's like a transition, very, very subtle transition into the Indian yellow. There's no line here. It just goes from a darker to a little lighter of an Indian yellow. I'm cleaning my brush and using my Indian yellow that doesn't have the indigo in it. I want to make sure I make this a soft edge. So that's why I'm painting while it's still wet. So I'm painting this like this. This will be painted and repainted and repainted. So this is just the initial step. And I'm gonna just go down here with this. So there. So that's
nice.
That's the next step that you want to do. Now what happened here, this ran, so that's why it's got this funny shape there. So using a clean brush, try and you know, I can just go like this.
Oh, wow.
So this way it fixes it. So this is the next step. Now, this is not the final product. Remember, it gets to a point where you say, ugh. Well, this may be the point for you where you can say, ugh. But, and all the lines still show, but you just want to cover the whole canvas, see if you like those colors. And if you do, then you will stay with these colors. If you said, well, these colors don't work, I actually want to change the color of the table. Well, you could still do so because it's so faintly painted. Any questions?
Are we going to continue this next week or?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
So I'm going to show you my my version where I'm at right now.
Nice. So,
This is where I'm at right now.
okay.
And
That's nice.
the
Can
colors
you
that
put
I've
that-
used are, see this is very watery, so watery we can't even see what the color it is anymore.
Can you
Very
put that up
watery
too?
red and green. And then to this, I added more red and a little bit more green to the shadowy portion. This is just the green. It's a light version of the green. And my whole background is the Indian yellow. And the complementary color to Indian yellow is indigo. So to the Indian yellow, I added a little bit of indigo and it gave me the shadowy color that I put on top of an initial layer of Indian yellow. I also use this color, the mix of Indian yellow and indigo, to put a little bit of a darker area here, gradation from the corner going towards just the regular Indian yellow.
Mine's orange.
Well, I mean, I think it's very good that you guys have variations of the colors that I have. So this way will be slightly different. And we are making colors. We're not using color out of the tube for a reason. It looks beautiful, Leslie. Show me again. Wow.
Oh, wow.
No,
Really nice. You can't
That's
say no.
really nice.
You can't
I
say
gotta
no.
work on the shadow.
Now, the other thing that I want to show you is this other pear that I had started with Janet. I have been painting on it a little bit, and this is where I'm at with it.
Oh, I love that. See, I love the blue.
Beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, I love that pear.
Yeah, it's not quite done yet, but I'm still working on it, and I had some fun while you guys were painting a pear.
It's beautiful. I love the
Really
yellow.
nice, Claire.
It's gold.